Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I should say the work honestly isn't as difficult as it may be perceived as, you know. Validation. And that's all they really want. They only want validation for their suffering. And a lot of the times, because society, thank goodness, right, doesn't really value processing grief, the only place to get that is me. You know, I just give them a little hug, say, it's okay, everything's terrible, you deserve to feel bad, and then they just let me right in and do whatever. It's really quite easy. You know, a lot of people think that suicide is my end goal, right? Like that's where I'm trying to get all my clients. And obviously, if I can get someone to a point where it's game over, then I've done my job, right? I've done everything that I could do, and I fulfilled the mission, you know. But it's just not as fun, you know. It's just not as fun as when I can get someone to a place of apathetic tolerance, you know, where I can get them like stuck in bed till 3 in the afternoon, where they're too sad to take a shower or shave or something, you know, when I can just when they can like see the steps that they need to take to get better, but are too lazy and too depressed. Like I have such a hold on them to where they can't do them. That's what really gets me going. That's why I love this job is for those types of clients. And that can last for like decades if I do my job right. And it's just really is quite something, you know. It's really great. But you know, you should probably know this. I saw something earlier this year that really scared me, to be honest. It was this kid, one of my clients, and from New York, and he had these dreams, right, of like traveling the world, you know the type. And from like early in his childhood, he had all these like ambitions and like deep-seated dream. And he got a summer job to save up to go backpacking Europe, and he got kicked out of the house. He was 18 years old. New York City didn't really have any friendship base there, so there he is, just on his own. Very little finances. He's sleeping on his friend's apartment floor. And of course I was able to hold him for a bit. I thought he was going to be like a piece of cake, because you know, when you get someone with a dream, you know, they typically have this idea of, once I achieve this dream, then I'll achieve happiness. And life, of course, has a way. I don't even have to do anything. Life has a way of just crushing those dreams, you know. And so when life can crush a dream, then it's like, it's checkmate. I won. But this kid, I don't know. It was weird. I like had a hold on him, and then he just decided one day that he was gonna fight back. I think it was to spite me, honestly. I think he was trying to spite me. He just like made his bed, he got a job, and he started building community where he was at. And I really tried to keep a hold of him. I knew he didn't want to leave his bed. He never did. I knew that. And eventually I tried to resort to trying to get him to kill himself, and he just wouldn't do it. I put the thought in his head almost hourly, as much as I possibly could, and he just wouldn't budge. And I could not figure it out for the life of me. He didn't have any reason to keep hoping, you know? He didn't have any reason to believe that things will turn out okay. His lifelong dream had just been completely shattered. There's no hope left for that. But it's this thing some of these humans do. It's like thousands of years of human history, right? Thousands. Nothing ever gets better. Suffering, fighting, dying, you know, and children still, you know, are victims of random acts of violence and cruelty. The poor are still poor. Hate is still hate. Nothing ever gets better, but they still have this asinine idea that things will turn out all right. But you know what? Do you know what scares me? What if they do? What if things turn out okay? Because if there's enough people like this kid, like hypothetically, who dare to keep dreaming in the face of failure, where they dare to hope when there's no reason to hope at all, I don't know. I think we're looking at a world where hope reigns, and I don't know. If the human race dared to dream, I don't know. I think I'd be out of a job.
I'll go get the preacher. I bet all my dough that we make it go. It's goodness because, my dear, I love you so.